Okay, so open unit 17, page number 168 of textbook, and we shall dive into it. First of all of you mention your date and day. The topic is get ready, and we are going to study this. Now, all of you have already studied so many units, so you all are very aware that part A is about just reading these words. So let's read them out. It is living. Number 2 picture is non-living. It is a toy, if you can see it. Then it is breathe. The kid here in the picture, he's breathing air. And then it is move. The students are moving and jumping. Then we have change. How is it change? It is change because when we basically there are seeds that we bury in the ground, and when they become fruits, that is when the seeds change into a fruit or the seeds change into a flower. So that is a whole change process. Then we have air. You can see they are blowing bubbles. Then it is people. A number of people are here. Then we have a plant. Okay, so basically what is common in this picture, in these pictures, is that there are few things that are living things and there are some things that are non-living things. We have already studied that concept in science, so we are basically aware that there are few things that it can breathe air, that can grow. For example, us, like we breathe air, we grow, we are babies, and then we turn into big adults. Then there we are plants outside, plants are growing, they are living things. Then there are animals. You all of most of you have some pets at your home, so you are very well aware that there is a small pet. First of all, there is a puppy, and then it grows into a dog. So basically that is a living being. Now look around you. As I've already told in the class, that the tables, the furniture in your house, the cupboards, and everything that is around you, there are things that are living things, and then there are things that are non-living things. So what I want you to do is, I want you to open your notebook and make a column, and in that column write about the living things that you can see around you. For example, if there is a plant in your room or in any other thing, counting yourself, write the living things that you can see. And on the other side, write about the non-living things that you can see. If there is a table, there is a chair, your book, whatever you are thinking, whatever that is around you, just write those two things, okay? So that we can have an idea about living and non-living things. Now moving on to the next part, which is part B, there is a question. Read, look, and circle the correct picture. Now I'm not going to show you my book because there are answers in it. So what you're going to do is that you're going to look at the pictures, and with every picture there is a word, there's a statement, and you're going to read it. In the first picture it says it moves, and there are two pictures. One is of a building and the other one is of a tortoise. So what you're going to do is, in both of these pictures, which thing moves, you have to circle that thing. Okay, similarly you have to do with all these. For example, there is it grows and it breathes. You have to find that out in the pictures yourself. In the third part, it is read and write L for living or N for non-living things. So what you have to do is, there are few words written: police officer, bicycle, t-shirt, tree, and drum. All of these things are either living things or non-living things. So you have to write in the boxes down below yourself whether it is a living thing or it is a non-living thing. If it is a living thing, write L, and if it is a non-living thing, write N. Page number 168 of textbook is completed. Now open the next page, which is page number 169. The topic is contrasting. Now what is contrasting, class? Okay, for example, I have a list of things, like I have a table. Let's make them, I have two tables, okay, and both of the tables are brown in color, and one table has a flower pot on it, and the other table has a jug on it. So if we are to describe both these tables, if we have to differentiate between tables, for example, if we have to differentiate between table 1 and table 2, then how are we going to different? That difference that we do in both two things is known as contrast. For example, we have to see both things and then we have to see the similarities and the differences, and on the basis we write them down, and then we know that what is difference between both of these things. Now, two tables. Both tables are brown in color. But what is the difference? One table has flower pot and the other table has jug. That is the contrast, that is the difference. Now on your books, what we have is read the text, what is different, complete the charts. There are two things, dance class and music class. Now look at your books and read them out. Dance class is in the afternoon. Come to the gym, bring your ballet shoes. Music class, bring your instrument to the music room. Music class is in the morning. Okay, so what do we do here? There are two classes, dance class and music class, and then we have to differentiate between them. First of all, there are questions down below. When is it? And there are two sections, dance class and music class. Now, in the dance class, they have already written that the dance class is in the afternoon. Now you have to find out when is the music class. Can you think about it? Just read the music class paragraph again, and I think you can find out. It says, bring your instrument to the music room. Music class is in the morning. So when is the music class? It is in the morning. Now next, what do I take? Okay, in the dance class, they are saying to bring your ballet shoes. Now in the music class, what are they asking us to bring? They are saying bring your instrument to the music room. So basically they are asking us to bring their music instruments. Next one, where is it? Dance class is in the gym, whereas music class is in the music room. That is how you do contrast. Now after that, there are another two stories, that is, my toy bear is small and yellow, it doesn't grow. This is the story about a toy bear. The next one is, this big bear lives in the woods, it is brown and it grows fast. Now there are two different stories. One is about a toy bear and the other one is about a real bear that lives in the forest. Now there are a few questions out under them. My book is bound so I can't see it. Is it big or small? Okay, you have to answer that yourself. There are two sections, toy bear and the other bear. So you will find it out yourself, which is small, which is big, whatever. You have to do this on your own, because it is an exercise of about how much you have learned to do contrast. Then it is what color it is and does it grow. So this is your current homework, you can say, on page number 169 of textbook, and finish it real quick. I know you can do this, you've been doing this all the time in your classes. And now we are going to study workbook, page number 146 of workbook and 145. It is the get ready page, unit 17. First one is very simple. You have to match the words to the pictures. Again, I'm not showing you my book clearly because it has the answers in it, so I'm not going to show that. Match the words to the pictures. It is very simple. There are pictures of living beings, there's a picture of a kid breathing air, there's a picture of plant, a fan, two kids running and jumping, trees and plant, and there is a boot and ball and stone, I guess, or bread, I don't know. Okay, so these are the pictures, and then there are words: breathe, air, people, living, plant, move, non-living, change. So all of these words resemble to pictures, and you have to match these words to the pictures. Now go on and do that. Okay, next part. What is it? It is complete the chart, part B, which is on page number 147. Complete the chart with the words below. There is a word bank given to you. The words are snowman, eraser, squirrel, jellyfish, fireworks, stone, chick. Now there are living and non-living things. There is a table. One is of living things, the other one is of non-living things. In this word bank there are words. Some of them are living, some of them are non-living things. Now you have to find them on your own, and then you have to write them in the different tables. For example, apple tree. The first word, apple tree, is a living thing. It is, as it is a tree, and a tree grows and it breathes and it also gives you fruits. So it is a living thing. You will write it under the living part. Next one, snowman. Snowman is a non-living thing. You make it out of snow. It is not something that can move on its own. It is not something that